And welcome to the Utica Curling Club channel. We are here to bring you the 2020 Cobb Mixed Bonspiel Final closing ceremonies festivities. Piping on the finalists, just underway.
Always good to hear those bagpipes on a Sunday morning, Roger.
Indeed.
Dave Craig Nolan, Roger Rowlett, reporting from the Utica Curling Club here this morning. Always happy to bring you event finals here. Long weekend, 12 teams, probably all pretty exhausted at this point.
Started with 32 on Thursday afternoon, down to the final 12.
What a great tournament. It always is. I've always said that the Cobb is certainly one of our most enjoyable spiels. Theme this year was Under the Sea, and it was some pretty fascinating costumes last night in the costume party.
And some very inventive decorations around the club.
Absolutely.
One of the longest running mixed bonspiels in the U.S. And always a full house.
Resident Piper, Tim Crofton, also curling in the final today.
Indeed. Gonna have to make a quick change.
Unless he curls in his kilt. Nice rendition of the Canadian National Anthem by our resident trumpeter, Mike DeMeo. And I was mistaken. That clearly was not Mike DeMeo. That was actually Conrad and Nyoka's daughter who did that. My goodness, that was a faux pas on my part. I hope that's the only faux pas I make all day long. Very nicely done. Wow, that was something else.
Yep.
I didn't know she played the trumpet. Now a ceremonial pop. Drambuie for most, ginger ale for some. Kind of customary. And what do they do over in Europe, Roger? They do in Scotland. Do they do a little wee dram before the game?
They do indeed.
Okay, very nice. I will find out the name of the trumpeter who played those beautiful renditions of the Canadian and the American national anthem. I know it's Conrad and Nyoka's daughter. I don't know her name. I apologize for that, but I will, before the broadcast is over, I will find that out.
Yeah, traditionally Drambuie here in the Utica Curling Club and a lot of other clubs, but in Canada it might be maple liqueur.
Nice.
That was nice. In Scotland it might be a wee dram of something that usually the sponsor of the Bonspiel.
Speaking of sponsors for our Bonspiel, I'm going to give an early plug to our two sponsors are Jim Rischel, a curler in the Utica Curling Club. He's a certified public accountant locally here and a wonderful guy. And Turnbull Insurance. Plug to both of those folks for sponsorship in our Cobb Bonspiel here today.
Well, we should have a good one.
Yes. Kind of a Cinderella team, I would say, for Buffalo Curling Club to have tiptoed their way into the finals here. They beat some good teams to get here, and they're certainly riding high, a level of inexperience certainly in that respect. A little more experience is going to go to the Cobb crew here, which is pretty much a Utica team.
Indeed. It's the organizing committee, part of it.
Kind of a neat thing to think that Nyoka and Conrad, with a lot of help of others, do run a beautiful Bonspiel here, but to be playing in the finals of it, it's kind of a neat thing.
It's tough to stay not distracted and play well.
Absolutely.
They have all weekend.
Yep.
As has Buffalo. They've mowed down a bunch of teams.
Really nice folks. I had the pleasure of having dinner with the Buffalo Curling Club Thursday night here in our on Friday night, our banquet. And really, really great people. It's so nice to have. I think we'll have, they'll be coming back. Maybe they'll bring another team next year with them when they come back. Kind of a neat story. I was talking to David, the skip of the team, before the game, and I actually curled, their son Nick curled here for a couple of years.
For a couple of years, yep. And moved out to Buffalo.
Right, and he actually got them interested in curling, which I thought was a great thing. They were down here and they got a chance to throw some rocks on our in our shed before they were really curlers, and they've been interested in it ever since, and they've been playing ever since, which is really great story, great little curling side note there.
And I think a moving force in the dedicated ice at the Buffalo Curling Club.
Yeah.
They moved from an outdoor rink to a dedicated indoor curling rink.
It's exciting stuff. And like most mornings of our Cobb final here, we have a B event final, a C event final, D, E, and F, which we will keep you updated from time to time with scores of those respective events. We'll get going here a little bit, and we will keep you updated to the other events going on here. A little bittersweet for my colleague Roger here. He just came off the ice with a chance to be playing in the B final here, and came up a little short at the end of the eighth end there. I was out on the ice and I was rooting for you, brother.
And draw pick just before it got to the 4-foot.
Yep. Man. It's the game we play. Sometimes you make those and you feel great, and when you don't make them, you don't feel so great.
Yep.
We do have a chat room out there, folks. I see we're starting to get some Tammy Dunnigan. That I know that's not McNamara. We've got there. We still have to find out Conrad's and Naoka's daughter's name. Sorry about that. They were underneath. Couldn't see her. They were right in front of us underneath, and I couldn't see who that was. Plug to her anyway. They're kind of a compliment to compare her to Mike DeMeo.
There you go. Little delay in the start of the game while our Piper gets changed out of his kilt and his kit. So he can go curl. I think I just heard the door slam and he's on his way. Not only do we have the organizer of the Bonspiel, but I guess we had the Piper.
The
on the
the Piper
on the final
and
team,
the
right?
trumpeter.
Yeah.
Chat room's open, folks. We're always looking for, a little feedback on sound, audio, and video quality. Let us know it looks good from our end. We're always looking for that kind of feedback. So the mystery is over, folks. The trumpeter is the daughter of Conrad and Naoka, and her name is Ashley. So again, I will apologize for my earlier faux pas referring to her as Mike DeMeo, but I put her in a pretty good class of trumpeters.
Yeah, I think so.
So congratulations to Ashley. I think that's the first time that she's participated here, so that's really great. Hello from Colorado out there. Lisa Statura.
Got the whole Stakura family watching.
Indeed, we do. This will be archived on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and punch in Utica Curling Club. There'll be a little live blog, and this will be archived. You can watch this for years to come. How long does it stay on there? They stay on there indefinitely?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
One of our questions online is how long has the Cobb Bonspiel been going on? I believe it started in 1953. So it is indeed one of the oldest and longest running mixed Bonspiels, not open, a true mixed Bonspiel around. And a lot of places are not able to keep their mixed spiels going. They turn them into opens, but this one's been full for years and years.
We just were asked, Daryl Skelton, the members. Okay, I will give you a quick rundown here. The Buffalo Curling Club is Skip David Statura, Vice Maria Statura, second David Mellinson, lead is Teresa Mellinson. Cobb crew, Skip by Conrad Law, Vice Brenda Citronetti, Tim Crofton is the second, and Naoka Law is the lead.
And we're about underway. And it looks like Buffalo with the Redstones will have the last rock advantage here in the first end of play.
Sit back and enjoy, folks. We're always excited to do this for you folks. Center guard here. Naoka, nice throw. Very nice. Looking for a corner guard here. Looks like it's going to be pretty good here. Opener from Teresa. Very nice. Still room to draw around there.
A little tighter than I would like for a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Cuts off the out-turn draw to the 4-foot on that side.
Ice looks like we've got some nice curl here early in the game.
I think they worked, the ice crew worked on it quite a bit this morning, I think, to fix a few things. It played really nice on sheet 5. That's usually a migraine sheet, and it was actually playing fairly consistent today. There's only a couple of funny spots.
Mm-hmm. Sheet 6 also, I was given some information by the Ottawa Curling Club, who's actually played 3 games on that sheet this weekend, and they said the ice was great. So a shout out to our labored ice crew, who done a great job keeping good ice this weekend. Also a shout to our kitchen staff and bar staff that do a great job feeding us and keeping us with refreshments all weekend as well.
Come around wreck, but it pushed the corner guard to a better spot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Now Buffalo will have an in-turn and out-turn draw path to the 4-foot. Tim Crofton with his first.
Line looks great if it's got legs. From where I'm sitting, it's going to clear the guard by 4 inches or so. And it did. Got to finish it right up. Nice shot there from Tim. It's leaving about 3/4 of that rock, 2/3 exposed. See David tap his broom to the back of the park, meaning that's the kind of weight he would like David Melanson to throw here.
Yeah, I would just clear that center guard.
The members of Buffalo were saying that they were looking forward to resorting back to the feed to see what mistakes they made in strategy. I said, well, we really designed this to be an instructional tool, and it's turned into entertainment as well. So we try to add a little bit of both, folks, a little entertainment.
Yeah.
And he just made a really nice shot. It's going to go to the back 4, but it is shot rock. And it's buried, more importantly.
Behind T-line, though.
Yep. You know, there's that old adage, you throw a shot like that and you come to the back 4. If it's exposed, the other team can do something with it. Here they're basically sealing for 1. They're kind of playing for 1 in a sense.
Yeah, you're behind T-line,
right.
So there's going to be a pile of draws probably go back here now.
True. There's opportunities to do so, yep. Looks like Tim's about on the same line. I think this is a little tighter than his first one.
It's going to wreck. And you don't want to open up this path. So open up the draw path for Buffalo, and I can stuff one top 4.
So David's calling for a guard to guard the port here, and another option would be, as Roger just pointed out, I think you want to sit 1-2. Cover the top of the 4-foot of this.
Got the hammer, beat him to the 4.
Sure. You'll hear us use occasionally an old adage called the first hog to the trough, and it's an important one in curling.
And the team that controls that 4-foot early in the end gets an advantage.
Absolutely.
With or without the hammer.
So true. Coming up a little light here.
It's going to cover the draw path if they get it over. It is
Just
over.
Did make it over. Conrad pointing to the 4-foot circle.
I think he's got
For a
room.
draw here. I think so too.
The guard is so high, it's really not in play.
Correct. I got a pretty good line of the shot here. He's 4 inches or so inside the 8-foot circle. Plenty of room to draw around here. Brenda with her first rock of the day.
Sweepers hold this out early, then you can let it finish. Can probably get around that guard and bury.
Weight looks pretty good. Kind of hanging there just a little. Curling late. Might have taken just a little bit off of this one. Didn't quite get to the rings.
Now a bit of a pickle. You can't open it up without exposing a rock on the back four.
Very true.
But going to be hard to get a deuce out of this.
Yep. That's why it makes sense for when Dave did call for that top 8 guard, if you will. Certainly trying to get to the top of the 4-foot could have been a better option for him.
Go ahead and sit to it. It's early in the end, too, so
yep.
A lot of rocks to come.
Don't want to do it for him here. This is going to promote the blue stone. I'm not sure how far.
Just going to angle it to one side. I think it won't hurt anything. It did open up the draw path again, though.
Yeah. And didn't make shot rock. Blue's got a lot of rocks on the park now. Still a draw path. There's still a little tube down in there towards the button.
Yeah, I think Buffalo's playing for 1 at this point.
Brenda could make it tough for them to get their 1 here with a nice draw.
You can steal if you can stuff this one in top 4.
It's kind of hanging there a little bit. A little chip off their own wouldn't be bad. And in fact, she got
Just a little redirect.
Little rub. Popped it right to the back of the button. Back 4 for a shot rock. Needed the rub. It was a little heavy.
Yep. Well.
Still plenty of room to get to the button. The same path is there.
A lot of rocks behind T-line, so can easily get shot rock still.
Maria's second rock here.
Just need full 4.
Line looks a little tight.
Yeah, it looks a little hot. They might need the chip.
Might be on the same path that Brenda's was on.
Yep, might need to redirect. In fact, they definitely need to redirect. Oh, that's coming by the guard hard.
Oh boy, it's going right by everything. Oh, chipped herself off of the.
Did not want to do that.
No,
heavy was
actually
not an
left
option.
Blue sitting 3, and Conrad can close this port off and really make life miserable for Buffalo here early.
Make it super miserable if you go top 8, top 4 here.
Oh boy. Yeah, you want to shrink the rings down here if you're Conrad. Now sitting 3.
Now the problem rock for Buffalo is the guard they threw.
Yep.
Right, which is why you don't guard up the middle when you've got hammer. You got to be pretty desperate.
Yep.
If Conrad puts this anywhere in the draw path, he's odds on to steal 3 here.
Down to skip rocks here in the first end. Conrad can make it real tough for Buffalo to score here if he can get to cut this draw path off and get close to the 4-foot circle. Will really sitting 4 pretty much in business here if he can stick one in here. Weight looks real good. It's certainly going to cut the draw path off. Might come a little deep.
It's going to be pretty good. It's going to leave a draw path, though. There is an out.
Sitting 4 now is team law.
Yeah, not much of an out. There's probably no draw path there.
I don't see any way in here for Dave Stachura.
Yeah,
he does have 2 stones. Might take a chance at trying to bust things open with his first one.
Either run the yellow straight back.
Yeah. Oof. A little bit of a pickle here earlier for Buffalo.
It wasn't looking terrible until they chipped themselves off the back four, and that really opened the floodgates.
Yes, it did.
I mean, you've got this. You might be able to rub off and roll into the 4-foot area. That's about all I see.
Yeah,
You can't draw the path. The draw path is not there.
No, he's looking at angles to try and open it up, and I think if he hits this yellow rock to the left, yeah.
If you bang this rock,
Yeah, he might get a look. Might get a look.
the other thing he's looking at is just coming around the outside
And drawing.
and trying to get a piece of
They
the
haven't
4
thrown
foot.
any rocks out. It's kind of a tough early draw. You can't define the weight, too.
Not what you want to throw in the first end.
No. He's going to try and bang some rocks around here, which I think is a good idea for him. I'm not sure I'd want to throw a draw out there on that fresh pebble right now.
I kind of like throwing this line here. You got a couple options if you throw this line. You can come off the blue.
Yep.
You could rub off that one.
And at least cut them down a bundle, too.
Yep.
I mean, even if you don't get to the 4-foot circle, you could lay one over behind that blue guard that Roger just pointed out there on the 8-foot and cut him down to 1. Looks like he's going to fire away here. See what he can do. Dave's in a little bit of a
Trouble is, he's moving a
trouble
lot of
here.
blue rocks, so
yeah.
and you can't hit any of the top stones. Those all the top stones there are, you can't hit them to be shot.
He threw some weight here.
Going to make some noise.
Definitely going to move some rocks around.
Open things up. He should. Well, he'll be able to make a double now if he had the.
If they don't
it was
cover
his
that
turn to
yellow,
throw, right?
Sure.
If it's his turn to throw now, you can make a double up the middle.
Right, exactly.
Might even get 3.
Might get 3. With the weight he just threw, if he can hit it close, I think Conrad is going to want to throw a center guard here.
I think you just put it right there.
Yeah.
Put it back.
Yep. So David's in a little better position than he just was. Not greatly, but a little bit better. I think if Conrad can go to the center with a guard here and take this, these rocks that are exposed on the top of in the 8-foot circle there, I think that Roger just pointed out.
Yeah, I think you just want to cover this hole.
Yeah. And that would appear that with the broom that he's taken here.
And that'll force Buffalo into play in probably this outturn draw.
The real naughty shot here would be to
Stick another one here.
Yeah, yes.
Right on the top of the pile.
Yep. Even chuff the one in the middle back to the 4-foot
could
circle.
Probably get rid of 2 or 3, but that would still leave you with a steal of 2 or 3. So.
Right.
A little bit of indecision here on the.
Yeah, he can get to the spot both ways with both turns.
So Conrad is he's throwing to cover this path.
Correct. Going to leave him the double there on the middle.
Leave him a double in the middle to kind of cut things down.
Yep.
I think if you throw this, you better go right to the stone in the house.
Yes.
Sit 5, and then let Buffalo throw at it.
He just yelled down that it was hot to Brenda, meaning
Hot
didn't
and
want
wide.
Yeah, hot and wide. Yeah, it's coming over now though. It's checking up and coming. He's going to chip. I think a little chip off the yellow one.
Going to chip off the guard. No,
No,
just
he
got
missed
past
it.
it. And that's going to go to a perfect spot.
Wow.
That's the shot that Buffalo wanted to throw right
Now
there.
they can come. Buffalo can follow him down here and possibly cut him to 1. I'm not sure if they can steal the get their 1.
Cut him to 1. In fact,
they can cut him to 1.
He's got a soft weight hit.
He left him and out.
Left him and out. That came about 2 feet too deep.
Yes.
That was the shot that Buffalo wanted to throw. It's a little chip and roll. But now you've got a soft weight takeout.
I mean, if he had left that alongside of the other, in between those two blues, I'm not sure that Buffalo had. Well, they still would have had that double run.
They'd have to double in the middle.
Tough, though.
Again,
Tough
that's
stuff.
for a steal. So you got an out here. Just a little tap back even.
Yep.
If you come to the face of that stone, you're only dropping 2. You're facing
Correct.
5 now. Facing
Yep.
5.
Yeah, you don't want to be overzealous here and hit it hard and lose your shooter either. You got to just kind of weasel it down between.
Well, you need to get some curl here.
Yeah, right. You got to get it down between this port. So big shot here early in our A event final here. Hammerstone, Dave Stachur in a little bit of a hard spot here, looking to keep himself in the game here.
You need like back 8 weight. They've played this line a lot this end. Just back 8. This is a lot heavier.
It's got a chance though. It's curling. Whoop whoop.
You gotta let it curl.
Whoa 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 whoa. Oh. Whoa whoa whoa. Oh, they overswept it. Oh, he's like dropping a bundle.
He was wide from the get-go.
Oh, my.
5.
That'd be a 5. Didn't need any sweeping, certainly.
No.
Well, that's unfortunate for Dave. An unfortunate start here for Buffalo, and it's a steal of 5 for Cobb crew.
Too much weight as well. I think just back 8 is all you needed there to get a little bit of curl.
Yep.
One of the cardinal rules, I think, when you're throwing the last rock against a bunch of other stones, says you need to control your weight to keep your shooter around.
Sure.
So usually the minimum amount of weight required to make the shot is the one you should play.
Hey. Well, the old adage, you don't have to get them all back at once.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to drop 5, do it in the first end.
Right.
Give yourself some time.
Yeah. Got to put together an end here. Just try to get your 2.
Get a deuce back.
Yeah. And feel better about it.
What you got to be thinking about here is if you go 2-1, 2-1, 2, you're only down 1 with
Right.
2 to play.
Yep.
So no need to grab everything back right now.
Rocks and play good here for Buffalo. I think he was calling for a freeze or a little tap.
Freezes and guards. I'd throw a corner guard here. It is hard to score a big end with play in the house.
Yep.
You can get a deuce sometimes, but this looks like a nice freeze.
No bounce.
No bounce. No bounce, boys. There we go. And interesting, Conrad's going to guard. I'd be pounding that yellow rock all day long.
Yep.
If we lose everything in the house, that would
all
be
good.
excellent, right?
You leave rocks in play here. You give
Yep.
chance to something to freeze to.
And you're leaving shot rocks.
Rocks are
in
your
place.
friend when you're down 5. I don't care
Yeah.
what color they are.
Yes, that's true. As the world champion Kevin Martin often said to Johnny Morris, there will be no guards this end, Johnny.
One of my favorite quotes of all time. I never get sick of hearing it. It's just so apropos for the level at which those guys play the game.
So Buffalo's got a few rocks in play, and they've got the Cobb Crew shot rock behind tee lines, so looking promising. Just need
Yeah, they
to
got some rocks in play.
get
here.
a few rocks in good position here.
Looks like plenty of weight.
Looks way heavy.
Fool them, this rock is through the house.
Keep those rocks above tee line so they can be used.
And another little toasty rock sliding through here. Not quite as.
Second in, probably picking up.
Yep.
It's running a good 25 seconds this morning in the early draw.
Yeah, it looks like it could be that now or close to that.
390.40 split would get you to T-line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little chicken roll in here would be just dandy.
I think he's going to get a little too much of the rock, though. Yeah, not quite.
Push that rock to the back of the house. Not bad.
Nope.
We got 2 rocks behind T.
Conrad's going to move some granite off the rings here. Waiting for the curl.
That stone looks like it's tracking.
Definitely hitting. He's removing the yellow rock. I think he's going to keep his shooter, too. Yeah. Now let's see what David needs to either freeze to something here. Yep. Going to try and freeze the shot rock. Corner freezing the other 2 wouldn't be horrible.
Anywhere above those rocks would be fine.
Yes.
This is tight. This may go on to the back one, the outer ones, I should say.
Yeah, which is not. They
heavy.
just want to bounce off of them.
Way heavy. Chip and roll will be okay if it curls enough. I don't think it's going to curl enough.
I think it's going in between everything.
Going to go through the hole.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Too much
If you
weight.
tried to draw one through that hole, you'd have a heck of a time getting through there, you know? Well, the woes continuing here in the second end for Buffalo, trying to claw their way back into an early deficit of 5. Conrad looking to guard some of these rocks here.
Got to be careful, though. A guard could help Buffalo. They can get frozen behind the guard, and now they've got a golden opportunity. You could even hit and roll behind the corner guard now.
Even top 4 would have been okay behind the yellow one, right?
Or just peel the yellow guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think they need to get a little freeze there. Don't look like a lot of ice. Rolled that one in a bit.
Yep.
And this is
started it inside a bit. It's actually going to be on that top blue rock.
And way heavy for a freeze.
Yeah.
Love to spin this one on. Got a biter out of it.
Yep. Going to get some separation between this and shot rock. And the blue rocks are once again piling up here for
I just tapped the one
Cobb
that's thrown.
crew.
Just tap it back to the back 4.
Right.
You don't need to pound it. Make a wall back there.
A little bit of an inexperienced scenario here for Dave Statura, and Roger's absolutely right. All you want to do is just push these rocks behind the tee line and
Make a
give
wall.
yourself something to, a little backstop to catch some
So,
yellow rocks, right?
One of the old school ways to develop a bigger end is is if you can't get guards up and you can't make your freezes, then just tap their rocks behind tee lines for catchers.
Yep.
You don't need to play. You want to play down weight shots when you're behind. So they're in a good position now anyway. They're right in front of a stone.
Something in front of another stone. Good shot. Nice shot there from Maria. Blue still sitting 1 behind the tee line.
And if you didn't want to pound that yellow rock, I think the other option would be you want to lock onto it.
Agreed.
If you make the guard, it's great. You'll have to throw it again. If you miss the guard, Buffalo could sit 1-2, covered. First rock, second end for Conrad Law. Looking for some finish for this guard. And he left it open. Now there's a little
glimmer of hope here. Well, it's not really open though. I don't know if I would call that open, but
I think, well, you can see about a half a rock, so I think you just come through the port with a little tap.
And if you chip the blue one out of the way, it's not the end of the world, especially if you can get it behind these yellow ones off to the our right looking out, left on your screen.
Yeah, I think if you tap the yellow rock onto shot stone, so let's get our near house up.
Whoops. Little strategy going on here.
So if you came down here with, say, back 4, back 8 weight, probably back 8 weight, you just want to tap this guy back on the shot
Seal it right
stone
onto there.
and then roll this one under.
Then you're in a better spot.
Then you're in great shape. You've got that one locked onto something.
And one behind the guards.
Yeah, and if you tick the guard and roll in, then that's all good too. You open up shot stone.
Just like Roger says, you want to be soft here.
Yeah, you got to throw.
Just kind of heavy draw almost.
Yeah, back 8.
Back 8.
Back 8, back 4.
Yeah.
You want to catch that rock fairly thin. You want to keep it around for at least second rock. Just have to think later in the end that with the next 2 rocks, you'll be able to move the rock on the back 4. Coming with a lot of weight. It's getting better. If they get by, this might be perfect. This is a gorgeous shot. This is a gorgeous shot. And there you go. Pretty much like we diagrammed
Dave
it.
Statura.
Yeah.
He's
back
in business here. Very nicely thrown.
Back in business.
Yeah.
He left a double back for Conrad, but, you know, you got to make it.
Right.
As a couple of grizzled skips in our club have always said, is there no double is a gimme.
So true. And one night a couple weeks ago on Tuesday night playing for Don, I made 5. This player playing second kept saying, "Thanks, Dave." Thanks, Dave. Kind of funny. I had takeout practice that night.
Your front end must have been having a great night if you're making that many doubles.
They were leaving me stuff to play around with. It's kind of fun actually throwing all those hits like that.
Okay, you need to hit this a little off nose to get the double.
Yep.
If you sit and stick, at least you make the deuce a little more difficult.
True. Certainly got a chance. It's not off the yellow one yet, but it's coming. It's coming. And he's going to tick the yellow one. Oh, it moved right at the end. No, it's still left him sitting 1 and 2.
Yep, so draw for 3.
Draw
so
for 3 here to get right back in the game.
Get yourself back in the game. Come right to his own rock.
Correct. Got to hit the 4-foot circle here. Need a little, what? Get a little more ice here.
Well, they're looking at chipping off the blue, but I'm not even sure why they're looking at that. It's just to draw for 3. If you chip off the blue, you risk poking it in. Come to your own rock. I put this broom out on the 12-foot. You don't need to touch that blue rock.
Correct. And it's pretty much guarded up.
Yeah, and you can't get any extra points by hitting it. Put the broom out there on the 12-foot.
Yep, and just draw.
Play a draw to your own. You can even tap them a little bit.
Correct. You can jiggle them around and still get your
danger.
3.
Right.
But he needs about 1.5 foot more ice to do it.
Yeah, so, I mean, the way he's playing here, I think he's looking to chip it off the blue, but that makes absolutely no sense, right? I mean, why would you want to come close to it?
Dave Stitcher is probably one of the nicest guys I've met in 20 years in the curling, and he asked for our feedback, so I'm giving it to him. I guess when you're skipping, you got to throw the rock that you're comfortable throwing as well. This is going to curl up on him. Looking for a little rub here now at this point. Got to keep going. Got to keep going. Got to keep going. And no
only
help
going to be
there.
2.
So 2 for Buffalo, getting them off the schneid, and 5-2 at the end of 2. Weight actually would have been okay, I think, if he had taken some more ice to.
Yeah, been close, I think.
You know, it was closer.
Anytime you got an open draw like that and you come to your own, it's like you feel like your money.
Gift.
Right?
Yep. Look, like you said, you can be a little bit heavy.
You can be 2 foot heavy and still be
jiggle
good.
them around, right. See if Buffalo can set up a steal end here. Claw away at this league, like Roger and I said, you don't have to get them all back at once.
Well, they got their 2, right?
Yep.
So force to 1, get another 2. Anytime you can drop a steal in there somewhere is as a bonus, right?
Sure.
So play hard for the force, but keep some guards in play and try to force the opponent to 1. If they give you an opening, you try to go for a steal. A bit of an off-center guard. Gives Team Law a chance to go around the outside.
Looks like it's got a lot of pace on it. Could fool me. Looks hot. It's certainly back of the rings, I believe. Yeah, it's actually checking up.
It's going to be just back 4.
Yeah, just back 4, just behind the tee line.
Yeah, back button, just behind tee. That's like a freebie for the other team when they throw you a corner. You go around the outside for no risk.
Right.
With a hammer. You come up the middle, then you better make it.
Yeah, or else you'll plug up your own center.
And short up the middle is tough, but that corner guard's tight enough that you can go around the outside. I always felt like that was a freebie when I'm in the house. Now, chance for Buffalo to get around the corner. Line looks really good.
Goodness. Oh, yeah, he played that tight. That's a great shot here from Teresa. Nice throw.
And they're behind.
Very nice.
Well done. Now Nyoka's got to wash, rinse, and repeat here.
Yep.
Started that one a little bit.
Working it hard. Up for a second, and it really jumped. Oh, and she got by also.
Got by.
Both leads through nice shots here. Teresa made a nice shot, and Naoko came with one of her own. Very nice.
I like freezing center line side. Yeah, I like that call.
Yep.
Freeze center line side.
Yep.
You don't have hammer. Getting good second rock is critical early in the end. Keep the other team from building up a big one.
A lot of line on this one. Well, it's closing up quick, though.
Chip it out again.
I think so.
No,
Yeah.
just noodled it.
Yeah. Got it off the rings, however.
Okay.
Well, we're starting over. Conrad with hammer here is going to go ahead and peel this yellow guard. Like to chew up ends here if you're Conrad, I think. Play for a blank.
Yeah. Might let Buffalo throw a better center, though. I'm of two minds here. You're not far enough ahead that you can go into a defensive shell.
Definitely mission accomplished to the shot he chose.
Got the peel. The Russ Howard rule is you need to be up by more points than you have ends left to play before you go into a complete defensive shell. It's just too easy to give up a big end. The other team can throw guards.
You need to be up by more ends left to play before you go into a defensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're up 5 with 5 ends to play. Okay, by all means.
Got it.
You know,
Like it.
Go
like
into
that,
hit mode.
like that philosophy.
But yeah, if
He's
you're
been very successful.
Oh yeah, so I would take him at his word. If you're up 4 with 6 to play, you're not safe yet.
No.
Right?
Right.
So you still got to play, especially in the 5 rock rule era.
Sure.
Buffalo needs is a center guard. They just need to throw some guards.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in the house here.
Nope.
And Conrad would be very happy to trade hits with you. That's going nowhere. Can sometimes take your cue from the other skip. He didn't like that guard. He took it away. So that's a good sign that if you put it back, he's still not going to like it.
Correct.
You know? If he liked that guard, he would have left it. Or he would have come around it.
Nice down weight here from Tim. Looks like it's coming over just nice. Getting right back to the nose. A little inside, nose. Nice shot. And Team Buffalo having a good time. Good Bonspiel and good time. Certainly one of the, I didn't get to play in it this year, but I certainly enjoyed being here for the festivities. Lots of fun had by all. We've got a Learn to Curl event coming up here shortly. I believe it's March
14th.
March 14th.
Yep.
I believe it's full, as a matter of fact.
Excellent.
I think it's full. So I was going to invite people to come. I think people could still come and check it out. UticaCurlingClub.org. I believe there is a...
Well, if we have enough demand, maybe we'll run it again.
Sure.
Yeah, no?
We're not going to chase anybody away. Conrad might be tempted to split the house now. Yep.
Pretty low risk.
Yep. Puts 2 back in the equation.
And if you're Buffalo, it's a tough decision. If you trade hits, you may drop another 2. You don't want to go there. You might have to throw a center guard and hope you can get one around.
Right. Not worry about the scoreboard, but do the...
And these rocks are only in the 12-foot, so see where this one winds up.
Looks a little toasty. Yeah, this is going
this
through.
This one's going to go deep. Okay, so for the cost of only one rock in play here, I think you throw a center guard and try to get around.
Yep.
So trading hits doesn't help you. It's just going to burn an end off. Conrad would be real happy to blank the end.
After this end, we'll give you a update on the other scores going on in our other finals.
Going to make the hit and roll here, or the hit is going to roll a little bit, just a little.
Conrad will waste no time getting rid of it. I think ideally, if I was him, I'd like to get behind that blue guard if it's possible.
Well, you want to roll that way.
Yeah.
You hit and roll out is okay.
Sure.
Tough roll to get behind the guard and be shot. It's a long, thin roll. You'd have to throw way down weight.
This might have a chance of doing what I was thinking.
It's lightweight. And it's going to go out of
Go
play.
off the rings. They had it a little fatter.
Just tough to hit that
It's
rock.
tough.
You'd have to throw through the rings weight almost to keep that on the rings.
Yeah.
And remove the other
Just
rock.
spin it around over there.
Yeah.
So as Roger pointed out here, Dave probably should be going for center guard
now,
here.
so
in
no
this
risk.
first one.
No risk for a center guard,
Correct.
right?
Yep, none.
With the hit and roll out.
Yep.
You got a direct play to the middle. You leave the 4-foot open for Team Law. They'll just draw the 4 and take their 1. They'll be happy to score 1 every end here on out.
Sure.
Or blank.
Blanco.
If you don't put 1 in, they're just going to blank. Going to try to go around the corner and get a force.
A little light.
Yeah.
Not getting there. At least I don't think it is.
I think if you're closer in the score and you wanted a force going around that corner, it's not a bad idea.
Right.
You're forcing Conrad to 1, but
Right.
I think you want to try to do both. I think you want to try for the force and keep the option to steal.
Sure.
In case you get a miss or a half shot out of.
Now he's got a couple guards up. He'll draw here.
Yeah, now Conrad will go for a deuce.
Yep.
Go for a skip deuce here with a couple of guards in play.
Chance to advance the lead here for Team Law in our third end of our A event final. Looks like he's got a good looking shot here.
Looks like we had a little hiccup in our stream. We should be back on the air again. Team Law grabbed a deuce in the third. They now lead 7-2. Buffalo looking to set up an end here. They just missed a tick there. Probably needed to sweep for the tick if they know the weight's a little heavy. Good example of why team communication is really important. If you know that rock's heavy, you sweep for the tick.
Had to go get a beverage, Roger. The beverage that went by me smelled good on the way by, so.
Well, I'm like a pony after all the weekend. I'm a little hoarse.
This morning I cleared my throat after I got up and got ready to come over to the curling club, and I was like, boy, I hope my voice it was a little raspy.
Yeah.
Yelling over the band last night. A lot of fun. For those of you unfamiliar with our two big Bonspiels, which are our Mitchell tournament for men and the mixed tournament, this Cobb tournament, we have entertainment at the club too, and a dance floor, and it's lots and lots of fun. Great bunch of people. We have house parties on Saturday and banquet on Friday. Dress up on Saturday night, and there were some fantastic costumes last night. I think that's the most creative bunch of costumes I've ever seen.
I saw a yellow submarine up there.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. And humongous jellyfish.
Yeah.
And a lot of clever other ones too. It was really great.
Yeah, so you've never curled in the Mitchell or the Cobb. You know, consider putting in your entry some year. The Mitchell's a little tough to get into, but not as much recently.
Right.
But the Cobb usually has openings, so we have 32 teams this year. We could accommodate 36.
Barry. It's going to be shot rock. Just didn't come over to enough to Barry. Down to skip rocks here in the fourth end. 7-2 lead for Cobb Crew over Buffalo. Conrad Law looking to draw. I'm not sure what he's doing here. I think he might be just throwing a center guard. No, he is drawing. A little bit light. Just did get a biter out of it. Half in the 12-foot. Draw path open for David, or he can tap his yellow rock up.
Okay, we should be back with everybody. Just had a few little glitches in our streaming platform. Looks like our stream is back up and healthy. I think the problem was on YouTube's end. First rock, fourth end for Buffalo. For Skip. Dave Stakira took out his own stone. Now a chance for Team Law just to draw around. And sit 3.
Last shot for Conrad Law here in the 4th end. He's got a couple of 12-foot biters looking to come.
And they did a fine job of stacking all the brooms.
They did. There's a lot of experience there at broom stacking.
I think Utica teams have done that once or twice. Yeah.
This would be a good time to give thanks to the abundance of goodness that's associated with this game, curling. Hats off to the sponsors of the event, and that would be Jim Rischel, CPA, and he's also a curls out of our club. Genuine nice man and human being. I love him dearly. And to Turnbull Insurance, who also is one of the sponsors of this tournament. Shout out to our kitchen crew that provided great food for us all weekend. And our bar crew that gives unduly great service all weekend long and puts up with us. And the ice crew who worked long and hard to make sure that we play on good ice. So thanks to everybody involved with the tournament. There's certainly people behind the scenes, the snack people, the board people, and it's really a great thing. Great thing to be a part of. I feel blessed to live in Central New York, but the Utica Curling Club is second home for me. I threatened myself to not play the game every year, and I don't know what I would do all winter long if I didn't, but it certainly is the people that keep us all coming back.
All right, and both teams are suitably refreshed.
That was about as quick a broom stack
I was going to say,
I've ever seen.
That's the quickest I've seen.
Folks from Buffalo here have about a 3-hour drive back home. Other folks out on the ice right now have more than that. We've got some Canadian teams still out there that have probably 4 or 5 hours home. Schenectady, not too bad, hour and a half. Bucks County's a long haul. That's Philly, isn't it?
Oh, that's about 5.
That's a haul. When you're tired after a long weekend, that Jersey Turnpike can get awful long. I think that's the way you would go to Philly, wouldn't you?
Well, no, you can go down
Jersey
81
Pike?
and then
81?
the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be longer to go
Yep.
down to New York to the end to Jersey would be harder. Know that ride well.
Get on the Schuylkill, as we always called it.
So we are moving on to the 5th end in our featured game. Cobb Crew 8, Buffalo 2. See if Buffalo can pull a rabbit out of their hat and get back into this game here.
Running around our sheets, Peterborough leads Bucks County 6-1 in our E-event final. On sheet 1, Utica 7 leads Ottawa 5-3 after 4 ends of play. There are B event final on sheet 2. Schenectady leads RCMP 2 5-1 after 4. There are C event final. Utica 2 grabbed another steal of 2. They now lead 7-1 over Brian Moore and Utica 3 after 4 ends of play. That's our D event final. And then over on sheet 6 in our F event final, Trenton over Schenectady 2 4-3 in a close one. Back in our feature match, it's 8-2 Cobb Crew, aka Utica, over Buffalo.
Nice shot there from Nyoka.
Again, Buffalo playing some heavyweight shots when they should be throwing downweight. Needed to tap those rocks to the back again with no guards in play.
And the blue rocks are piling up once again here for the Cobbers.
Just kind of move them back.
Yeah, just push them around a little bit would be good, right?
Yep,
Give
just
a little back stop.
maybe hack weight. Yeah, move some of that.
Jiggle them around.
Move some of that granite to the back. They got a few rocks to come here. It's not in a hurry yet.
Right.
If you just splatter them and take them all out, then you got no corner guards in play, and
just keep piling them up. Definitely going to move something around here. A lot of weight.
And they rolled in front of one, which is pretty
Not
good.
bad. No, not a bad outcome at all there for Dave.
You could double those two out of the front pretty easy.
Yep.
Well, you could freeze to that one. Then you'd be in business.
It's a big ouch.
Again, I think some inexperience showing just throwing heavyweight shots here. They really can't set up a steal or set up a deuce here by throwing heavyweight shots. They need to freeze to everything Conrad throws and then start tapping them out. They're in control of the one stone that Conrad has in the house. Now a chance for Buffalo. Conrad leaving that in the top 12. They can use that as a guard. Go right around that to the top 4. You still got control over the other stone.
And Dave's electing to still.
Probably too early to move this yellow rock because
If you don't do it just right, you expose it, right?
you're going to expose both yellows, I think, because if you hit this to stay, you're going to have to hit it on the outside. The shooter's going to roll away, and so you're going to wind up with one here and one there, and then that'll probably be either a double or at least an easy hit, an open hit. So right now that yellow rock's in a great spot.
Yeah, we don't really want to move it just now.
Not yet. You know, that's like your last shot, right?
Right, yep.
You dunk one around Conrad's center guard, make him throw the run back.
Goodness, she might miss it.
Might chip it out.
Chip the other. Oh, no. He's going to chip the blue one out.
Chip the blue one out. Going to move it. But you know, it's too heavy. You don't need to throw a heavyweight shot there.
Right.
Need to be throwing draws. Now that yellow rock is open with the backing removed, and Conrad will waste no time. And there's only 3 ways to kind of get your rocks where they can't be removed. You have to be behind a guard, frozen to something, right?
Right. Or front of the guard.
Or in front of the guard, yep.
Definitely a profound piece of curling logic.
I mean, there's only so many ways you can keep a rock from being removed.
And you can see right now the fact that they exposed that rock. All of a sudden, there's blue is counting 4. His team law.
And this is very heavy.
A little rub would be good.
Needs a rub.
Oh, might have got it too.
And it got behind the corner. So one in. Team law just run the guard. If you don't make the run back, just make sure you get the peel. Open up shot stone.
Right.
You've got a big lead here, so give up a 2 here is not the end of the world, but you don't want to make it 3, so make sure this gets opened up or you run the guard straight back. Puts a little pressure on the person who's making the sweep call. You don't want to get caught in between.
Right. I think you can go hard here.
Boy, this is curling.
Really buckled on him. And mission accomplished.
And they got a piece.
Yeah.
Good sweep call. They went for the run back, and they made it.
First skip stone coming from Dave Stachura.
Needs a skip deuce here. to make a good draw here around that stone on the top 12.
Oh boy, it's really coming up on him. Oh boy.
Looks heavy.
It's through the house for sure. Oh my. Oh my. Oh boy. Goodness gracious. He does have one stone left. Conrad's turn now with his last rock here in the 5th end.
Probably tap something up here or draw around, one or the other. That's the one I might like, is that. Play that in-turn draw to the 4-foot.
Yes.
Come up short, you're all good.
Yep.
You need to force Buffalo into this wide out-turn draw.
Funny comment. Circle the wagons.
I think the wagons are on fire.
Sometimes this game you can bring a pea shooter to a firefight, you know. It's a funny game we play. And he's coming up a little light here, I think. And that one didn't quite get to the rings, so Dave's got to figure out how to get full into the 8-foot circle.
Full
here.
8.
Yep,
I think your safest shot is this out-turn draw.
True. Or he's going to come the other way because they have a backer the other way.
Well, he just threw this one, so
Yep.
took a little extra ISO.
He did.
There's a curl out there. That's the big question.
We will find out.
I mean, he just threw by that same rock. That didn't move, right? Doesn't need a lot of extra ice from the last one he threw.
Nope. We are rooting for you here, David.
Just need to get top 8. Anywhere in the 8-foot.
In my words, and I've said it half a dozen times this weekend, this is why skips get the big bucks.
Yepper.
Got to want to have the rock in your hand to throw this one. Looks pretty good.
Line's good.
Line's real good.
The weight's good. Looks hot. Sweepers don't want to touch it.
Oh, boy, it's curling now, though.
No, just bit.
Oh, my. It dug in. He's going to drop 4 here. Oh, that's unfortunate for Dave. And that's a steal of 4 for
Indeed.
Team Law. 12-2 after 5. I think I might be tempted to push him back and come up to the warm room and
have more refreshments.
But it looks like they're going to play on here into the 6th end. I don't see it going much further than that.
I wouldn't think so. Yeah,
After such a good turnout, after such a good Bonspiel for an inexperienced team like Buffalo, this is an honor to get to the final game like this.
Well, you can't win it if you're not in it. So
exactly.
There's 31.
No shame here
There are 30 teams out here that are not in it.
That's right. Right. I think Conrad will like to throw through. And I'm guessing this is the last then. Just had a moment with the trumpeter. Ashley Law, who I referred to as Mike DeMeo at the start. So she had a chuckle that I told her I put her in some pretty good company there, and she's like, it's kind of funny.
Quick tour around the sheets. Peterborough leads Bucks County 2-6-3 in our E-final after 5 ends of play. Utica 7 leads Ottawa 5-3 after 4. Schenectady 5-5-4 of RCMP 2. That's our C final after 5 ends. That's tightened up. Utica 3's grabbed a deuce, but they still trail by 4 against Utica 2, Mike Kessler's rink, and that's after 5 ends. That's our D final. And on sheet 6 in our F final, we're all tied up at 4 after 5 ends of play. That catches you up around the sheets. And finals day here at the Cobb Mixed Bonspiel at the Utica Curling Club.
Hacks have been pulled up here at the near end in our odd ends, signifying that this will be the swan song for the A final. Whoops. Get that eye, Sora. Oh boy. Been a long weekend, Roger.
Yeah, it has been. A lot more fun when you're not playing under the weather.
Oh, for sure.
Half our team was not at 100%.
Typhoid positive.
Yeah, well, yeah, Mary Jane was typhoid Mary all weekend. He was about 4 days behind me.
Oh, man.
Just
rough.
started,
Been a
just
rough
started to
winter
feel
for that
human.
stuff, you know.
Just started to feel human a couple days ago.
I had the old dry hack for a couple of weeks, and finally it broke. Just miserable. Yes. B, yeah. Down to skip rocks here in the fifth end of our A event final. Things didn't quite go like Buffalo had planned for this game.
Yeah, just a little too heavy on some of their draws, and
we will have extended coverage, huh, of our B event final?
We will.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
going to switch
like
over after this game is done.
Looks like the closest game out here.
That would be Ottawa Curling Club throwing the Red Rocks on 2 and Utica 7. Ottawa, the rink of John Whitaker, Heidi Rausch, Kevin Carter, and Barb Felice. Utica 7 is Pete Chiarelli, Cindy Brown, George Brown, and Cindy Chiarelli. So we'll switch over at the conclusion of this game, which is going to be after this end.
And Team Law just piling on now.
We are in the sixth end of the B event final as well. And it's a tie game right now between Ottawa Curling Club and Utica 7. It's 5-5. First conclusion, Utica 2. Going to be the D event winners over Utica 3. Congratulations to the rink of Mike Kessler, Ann Stuhlman, Mike DiGeronimo, and Liz DiGeronimo. They are the D event winners. One loss all weekend. They lost to Buffalo yesterday afternoon, or last evening. And they will be the D event winners. Congratulations to the rink of Brian Moore being runners-up in the D.
And a nice draw there by Dave Stakura. Down to our last rock here in the championship final of the Cobb Mixed Bonspiel.
Now this is going to be our last shot of our A event final. You can see Dave Stakura to draw the button here for his closing shot of the Bonspiel.
And just a bit heavy. And that will conclude our game. So congratulations to Team Law. They're the champions of the 2020 Mixed Cobb Bonspiel. And congratulations also to our runners-up, Buffalo, Dave Stakura's rink. They had a great run this weekend. Just ran out of gas today. Make it a 15-2 final for Team Law. I'm going to give you a bonus coverage of our B event final on sheet 2.
It'll take us a couple minutes to switch that over, and we will be back with. And here we are. We have switched over to the B event final between Utica 7, the rink of Pete Chiarelli, and Ottawa Curling Club, the rink of John Whitaker. They're in a tie game here in the 6th end. And this is first skip rock for Pete Chiarelli. And they have the hammer, does Utica 7. And Pete's coming up a little short on his draw here, leaving Ottawa sitting 2.
Ottawa's hitting 2 in the wings.
Yep.
Chance to draw one around and sit 3.
I have played with this rink when we called it Uno. It was Utica Navy Ottawa for a good many years, 8 to 10 years. And I probably got 7 or 8 years of playing in the Cobb with them.
Ah.
That would be with Heidi and Kevin and Barb Felice from our club. The rules of the Cobb are if 2 out-of-town members are on a team, 2 of our local members can actually play on that team without playing down, and I did that for a good many years.
Looks like Peterborough's a winner over on sheet 1 over Bucks County 2. They're our E-event champions.
Looks like a lightweight here from John. I think he wanted this to be on the rings, but they're going real hard. They might make it. They might make it.
Looks like they've got room if they can got the weight.
I don't know. It's running out of gas. Didn't
just going to get a biter.
Yes, they got it there. Great sweep from Barb Felice and Kevin Carter. So Pete's got to be half in the 8-foot circle to get his 1 here. This will be the last shot hammerstone of the 6th end.
Yeah, tie 5-5 game in our B event final. Pete Chiarelli with the last stone here in the 6th end. Needs to have a piece of the 8-foot.
Got to go hard here. Got to go really hard. Actually, starting to really come over on him.
Now I need a little rub. It's going to come up nice.
Oh, great shot from Pete.
Nice
That's
pressure shot.
End saver for Pete Chiarelli. Yep, very nice. Take his 1, and that would give Utica 7 a 6-5 lead over Ottawa Curling Club after 6.
Oh, it's important to score in that last even end of the game before the last end. So getting 1 and 6 is key.
Yeah, a lot of pressure against 3. You just got to sort of disregard the rocks that are on the rings, and lay one in there.
And he had 8 feet to play with.
Yep.
Got to make sure you get your force this end. Keep control of the game. Come home tied with is the ideal. Not a bad spot. With the 5 rock rule, you can chase a rock on the 4-foot with your first, try to roll away, and throw a corner guard with your second. Gonna have to go hard to get a piece of this. And they moved it. Didn't keep the shooter.
Looking for a center guard, I think, if you're Pete.
Kind of got a freebie here with 1 rock on the rings.
Yes.
So 1 on and a center guard in play, so force may be on. Ottawa looking to freeze to that stone in the back 12. Trying to put pressure on to set up a potential deuce.
A little wide.
Wide and hot.
Wide and heavy. That's unfortunate for Barb. That's going to go through the rings.
Now a chance to come right around. I think you want the force to go around.
Oh,
here.
we're going to the top 4 here.
If you're dead set stealing, you throw another guard on top.
Right.
Stack them, but
not the end of, it's
to
not
get to force, you just go right around.
Yep.
Now you're sitting 1-2 with 1 buried, and leaves Ottawa with a lot of work to do.
The ever consistent George Brown. Pretty much center guard. John electing to get rid of this rock that was just thrown by George. Kevin Carter, the second for Team Ottawa. Really fun to curl with. I've curled with he and Heidi 4 or 5 times for sure under that version of Team Uno, Utica Navy Ottawa.
Cleared a lot of stones there.
Yep.
If you want the force, you go right around, right to the top 4.
I didn't see what he called for here.
Just looking at top 12.
Okay.
You go right to the 4-foot. Looks like this one got out a little wide.
Yeah, it's not coming back. Going to be on the rings.
Yeah, and behind tee line. Still early in the end. I think it's too early
To go after this?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you want to draw top 4 out counting it?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could come around this way.
Yeah.
Right? Even get half buried, you set up the jam against that back blue. It's okay to chase this behind tee line. It's still early in the end.
You don't want to leave it sitting there, though. I think you want to move it one way or the other.
I think I'd like to roll away, if anything.
Yeah. He's rolling underneath.
Rolling unders could be problematic. Now,
looks like he's directly behind it.
Yeah, now Pete Sorelli can have Cindy just drop one right on top of it and neutralize it.
Yeah.
You're behind tee line playing for one.
Yeah,
so
this is where you start stacking them up.
Yep. Behind tee line, you're playing for one. The one advantage of playing that hit and roll under is you do force Utica to make this shot, but
seventh end here in the B event final.
Looks like this might be a little heavy.
I think you're right.
It's curling in nice, though. Is it going to catch a piece?
Maybe.
That was not the way you wanted to miss.
Skittered right by it.
Yes, it did. Now a golden opportunity for Ottawa. Drop one top 4.
Wow. Yep. Doors wide open here for your deuce.
Hey, you wanted to have a usable rock after that stone. Either frozen or even top 8, top 4, so you can at least tap it in. Interesting, they're coming up the straighter side of sheet 2.
Also looks a little toasty.
And it's not going to curl.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it would have played the out turn there. That's the curly side. Now there's a huge pocket. I suppose given the scoreboard, you're going to hit that all day long, right? You might get a double.
Yep. Just off nose, they both go away.
If you hit and roll inside, that's okay. That doesn't hurt you. Not so sure the best shot isn't a hit and roll to the button here instead of going for the double. You may lose your shooter if you play the double.
Double.
No, just got to the
Oh,
nose.
it just got to the nose.
Got caught in between. Now
Shot rock, however.
Yeah, now a chance for Ottawa to hit and roll under, though. That would be dangerous. That would be top button. Got to throw pretty soft weight here.
Yeah, hackish.
Yeah, this will run really straight.
Yep, hack at most, right, huh? Just through the house to the hack kind of weight?
Yeah, I like hack weight here.
Yeah,
play it tight.
Yep.
Want to make sure you get at least to the nose. A little inside roll would be perfect. Looking to hit and roll under.
Looks like a hack weight type shot. Called by Roger.
Starting to move.
Coming up hard. Got it. It's all over it.
Yeah,
No roll. A little roll.
just a little.
Edge on edge pretty much with the guard.
Now you got to play for the double.
Yeah.
Can't get to the inside now. That's edge on edge.
No hammer here for Utica. 7 up 1 in the 7th end. Ottawa lying 2. Good opportunity available here for Skip Picciarelli to double these 2 red rocks off the rings.
Tough shot, though. You got to get all the way to nose.
You got to
for
almost
the
hit what you can see of the
easy double.
Yeah.
You can go over the top, but that require a lot of weight, and you
And
definitely
your
lose
shooter's
your
going
shooter.
bye-bye, yeah.
I think you want to keep your shooter around, even if you jam this in the back. Looks like about board weight from the broom. It's riding. Might go over the top here.
Maybe.
Yep.
Oh, missed
Just
the one
over the
that
top.
came up
Got
just a
one
little
off, though.
more.
All right, now a chance for Ottawa to sink one in. Boy, I think I like the outturn here. Certainly more curl on the outturn side. John Whitaker of Ottawa. His last rock here of the 7th end. One more to come. Sorry, first rock of the 7th end for John Whitaker. Trying to get around. You'll have the last rock this end. You like the line. Want to get this tucked under. Oh, that's in a great spot.
Yeah,
Been nice to be a little
the
deeper.
other way, huh?
Would have been nice to be a top 4 because now the outturn draw is still there. Picciarelli can get out of the end. He may even steal this end if he can drop this top button. If he freezes to the back when he at least can get out of this end with a force.
Yeah, the door is certainly open for him. Last stone for Picciarelli here in the 7th end of the B event final. One red rock left for Ottawa. Hammerstone. And as Roger just said, there's a big opportunity here for Pete to steal the end if he can pump one on the button right in front of that red one. Oh, it backed up on him.
Lost the handle.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That's unfortunate. That leaves open draw for 3 now.
Oh, my. A strange game we play.
Hit a flat spot out there, I think.
Something. We haven't watched much of this game. We're only into the couple ends of watching it, but I don't know if that's happened previously in the game. Those seem to happen when you least expect them to. If that hasn't happened all game long and it happens in
it's usually in the slide path.
Inopportunity, you know.
Usually in the slide path. That's why you got to be very careful late in the game. Keep the brooms
that
down.
was outside the slide path, though.
Yeah, it was well outside. That picked outside the 4-foot.
Yeah, this is strange. Big opportunity here for Ottawa to go ahead by 2. If he can hit the rings here, John Whitaker, they will have a 2-point lead coming home without the hammer.
He's playing the same in-turn draw that he just played. Just threw this stone. Can come to his own. Just needs to be in the paint.
Weight looks super good. Certainly on the rings. Perfect shot here. Looks perfect. Very nice shot, John. John Whitaker drawing for 3 here. Take an 8-6 lead for Team Ottawa after 7 ends. They will play the 8th end coming back to the glass. And Team Shirley will have hammer. Down 2. On to the 8th end here in our B event final. And Barb drew the back of the rings. And Pete asking Cindy Shirelli to put one on the tee line and the far to his right. Your left looking down the sheet. Nice shot here from Cindy Shirelli. It's going to be shot rock. And John yelled down and asked the rest of the team if they'd like to hit, and they quickly obliged. Looks like a great sweep job there. Well swept stone. Wow. She was a little inside. He yelled early. And Kevin and Heidi held it enough to get it out of there. Lost the shooter. And Trenton is victorious. They just drew the button on their last shot of the game in our F event final.
Only 2 games left out there, and that's our B event final, which is now our feature game. Over on sheet 4, our C event final, which is in the last end. And it's Schenectady 5. Takes our C event final. Running our CMP out of rocks. Well, they played their own colors?
No, it was the other way around,
Okay.
I think. I think our CMP won, didn't they?
They were playing the Blue Rocks? Oh, yeah. They were playing the Blue Rocks,
yes.
yeah. Our CMP runs Schenectady out of Blue Rocks. There we go. And make that a final. 7-5. One last game on the ice, our B final. Ottawa leading by 2 over Utica 7. No guards in play.
No, he's going in the rings, too. This is interesting.
It's not too late to throw a corner.
No, not at all. His second
still only on second stones, right?
Yeah. I think I'd be tempted to throw a corner here. Down 2.
Throw at least a couple, you know, force them to peel, maybe get a nose peel, and then
you still have a chance to draw around something,
then
right?
you go around it, right? Then your deuce is in, all set up.
Yeah, this is making it a little too easy for Ottawa.
You can't play for a miss. You need to play for a half shot.
Right.
But, you know, here are half shots hitting, rolling out, which doesn't get you very far.
And he's going to hit the rock and lose his shooter, which is what he was saying. Oh, shooter stuck around. Got to almost freeze to something here now, I think, if you're not going to play the guard.
I still like a corner guard.
I do, too.
You're still in the second stones.
Yeah.
Hard to generate a deuce with a freeze. It's just very hard. You have to freeze perfectly.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Well, it is shot stone.
Looks like John Whitaker has figured out that straight spot of ice in our curling club there. It's been in there for, and he's figured it out pretty early here. He's giving very little ice.
You could put this on the middle of the rock and make it, I think.
I think so, too, with board weight.
Yep. This one's staying out.
She's got it, though.
Got the stone.
A little crotch hit. Yep, got them both.
You didn't want to leave 2 there because that just forms a little pocket. Getting late in the end now, so may have to freeze at this point.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to stick to his guns here. See if Cindy can latch one onto this red stone out here. It's real close. It's real close. Real close. Don't leave it short.
Just not enough curl.
No. There's a couple red rocks to run it into if you don't hit it just right.
Yep. Got to get to the nose.
Yep.
Got to be careful about setting this wide and jamming it against the red rock in the back 12.
He yelled wide right away, did John.
Ooh, a lot of weight, and that may not come back.
Nope. Going right by it and taking herself out. But it rolled over on top of the other one. And it locked it right on there, too.
But Pete still shot rock here. You can split the house.
Yeah.
Set up his deuce. Got a couple ways of getting your deuce here. You could guard the one that's in the 8-foot.
True.
Or you could just split. You're committed to making all your hits for the rest of the end if you split the house here. So Pete will have to make his last two hits. Make this even. Top 4. That didn't turn around in a hurry. Just one miss.
Yep. Looks heavy. Got to play the freeze.
If you got the curl, you could freeze on the back.
I don't know if it's coming over.
Won't curl that way.
Not coming over. Or is it? Oh, it is. You got to latch it right on there, Peter.
Good spot.
Yeah.
There is a half rock double if you want to go cross house. Got to throw some weight. Of course, that's on that straight side.
The plot thickens, as it always can in the curling game. One miss.
Yep.
One miss.
I think I'm definitely hitting a stone here. The only question is which one you're hitting.
Right. The danger in hitting this one is, of course, that you can jam it into the red ones in the back.
Right.
Would be almost impossible to do. However, if you jam it and leave your shooter right in front of it, it's not the end of the world, right? If you jam right into the red one and leave your shooter right there, it's not bad.
No, it's pretty bad.
How so?
I think it's pretty bad. Because you leave them sitting second and third and then just have to chip them out.
We'll see. See what happens.
You want to hit and roll toward the center here, and that should clear the back 2 reds.
Oh, I don't think the top red's going anywhere. I think it's locked right on, isn't it?
I just don't. You don't want to jam the blue one on there. That just gives.
Right, it's latched right on.
That just gives Utica an extra chance. But you do want to stick around, probably.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Starting to come here. And that's going to work nicely.
Yep.
Ooh, it might roll behind, and are they shot? No.
No. So blue is still 1. Got to put it back.
And he's got another backer, which is really huge. Have to put that back. Got to be full 8 to be shot, so you can't over curl here. You want to make this thing even Steven across the house. It's got to be sitting top 4.
What I wonder if he freezes to this red one where the broom is in front of, if in fact he'll be 1-2.
Yes, I think so.
You think
because
so?
that's into the 8-foot, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And that matters in this circumstance.
Nothing wrong with being top 4 even with the other blue stone. That's really the ideal, I think. Right? I'd go right here. Nothing wrong with being right there.
Static with the other
there's
one.
no double.
Right.
Right? You don't want to be back here where they were because that does leave the option for the crosshouse double.
And the freeze isn't
Freeze is
horrible.
okay. Freeze is actually fine. Trouble is those are different weights.
True.
So if they have the right ice for the freeze,
Heavy
they're-
draw.
yeah,
It's one of those if you're a little heavy shots.
yeah. If it's
And
on
look-
the same line, it's
It looks like
okay.
it's got plenty of weight.
Oh, baby,
plenty
that's
of
got to
weight.
stop. Oh, that's got to stop.
Coming over enough?
It's not on it yet.
Coming though.
Getting there.
Oh, it's there. It's right on the schnoz.
It's there.
Right on the schnozola. A little off nose.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I think you got to hit shot rock now, don't you? Try and flop over.
Trying to figure out who shot. I think blue is shot. I think blue's 1 and 2. Yeah, it overcurled a bit. They should have been
just a little,
that,
just to get the right line. Right on the schnoz would have been better.
Yep.
If you couldn't remove it, then you almost have to freeze to it if you're John.
Yep.
Or take the other one out. Yeah, no, you got to freeze then. If he makes a perfect freeze there, you got to sit right on top of it, right? You run the risk of giving up a 3 there, don't you, though, then?
If he makes a perfect freeze, they'll somehow have to get his stone out somehow.
Right. Right.
It's got to freeze on the nose. And I think that just leaves it open for a deuce. If you freeze on the nose, can't you hit like a half a rock or 2/3 of a rock?
And lose that blue one?
Yeah, lose the blue one.
Yeah. A little unexpected drama here in the event final.
Got to be on the nose here, though. If he corner freezes in either direction, you'll be able to chip him off for your deuce.
Right.
If you really goof this up, you risk giving up 3.
You do. It doesn't have legs to get there. Doesn't have legs to get there. Wow.
So now I got to hit and roll for 3, I think.
For the win.
They're looking closely, but I think this is a hit and roll for 3.
Boy, exciting finish here.
Doesn't matter either way, whether you're shot or not in the back.
Got to just hit. You send this one towards us and flop to the center, right?
Right. You got to hit and roll.
Yeah.
So hit and roll this way, make this rock go out the back, and we're hoping that's 3rd rock. Right.
Yeah. Certainly, yes. If you're Utica, you're hoping for that for sure.
Even if you're only sitting 1 here, you got to play the same shot.
If you're Ottawa, you're hoping that that's not 2nd rock.
Right.
Can't tell from here. They looked at it, but they didn't look long at it.
And you can't jam this. You have to make sure you roll inside.
Right. Coming, going to cross the face. Oh, he's sending it out the other way.
I wouldn't.
I think I'd come up the center with it too, but he's more comfortable coming with his in-turn. But
I don't mind playing this turn. You get more curl here, but you
just not a lot of room to keep it 3rd rock.
You got to hit it low.
Right.
You got to hit it low. If you hit this high, I don't know if you can keep your shooter.
Exactly.
And you want your 3 here if you got it.
Three.
That looks good. So
it's
now
a nice
it's just,
shot.
It's a
who's 3rd rock is the question here. 1 and 2 for sure for Utica 7. We don't know. That one can go bye-bye. Yup. And the 2 that are, oh no. From here, it's impossible to tell. You're going to measure it for the win. Either an extra end or a win. Please don't touch any of the ones that we're going to measure. There we go. Get those red eyesores out of the way. Wow. So it's a tie for sure, right?
Tie for sure.
It's a tie for sure.
Looks close.
And now a measure for the B event medal. If in fact Utica is sitting 3rd rock here, we'll give them the win. If it does not, we will play an extra end to
Free curling.
Free curling here on at the end of a long Cobb weekend.
And red by a mile.
Oh, red by a ton. Wow. We are playing an extra end, folks, right? No, it's red. No, red won. That's game, set, and match. No.
Free curling.
Free curling.
Only 2.
Only 2. Wow. Can't get enough.
There you go. We can't end this
Wow.
2020 Cobb Bonspiel. Yeah, in the booth here, we get paid overtime for.
Yes, we'll have a couple more Smittix. You want one? No.
Okay, we're all tied up here. Ottawa playing the Redstones will have the last rock advantage here in the extra end. We should have a winner after this end.
Boy, and you think about that previous end. Had Pete frozen to the nose of those 2 red rocks in the back, it would have undoubtedly been 3.
Right. It was critical that you got
to the
shot
nose
rock.
there.
You need to get to the nose. If you knew the weight was there.
Sure. And you don't know that when you're playing then. You're not sure. You know what I mean? You're so focused on other stuff, making shots, that you're not really sure who's. I mean, they had to get the measure out, right? So it's not,
Right.
obviously, if you hit the nose there with that Pete's first rock, it would have definitely been a 3-bagger. But
when you're making that freeze, you have to be sweeping for line all the way
Right.
to keep that line. As long as you have that line, you can never be too heavy, right? Because you've got 2 rocks to go through. So no harm, no foul as long as you maintain the line.
right. So on to the extra end here, extended play, B-event final. Very entertaining several ends that we've been privy to here.
Some really nice shot making, too.
Oh, absolutely. And here we go.
Need some guards here. I'd stack a couple, and this looks like it might be coming in. Is it going to stop?
No.
Oh, yikes.
Just did slide into the 12-foot. John will waste no time. He'd like to keep no rocks in play
Yep.
if he can do it.
It's always good to throw that first guard like 3 feet over the hog line.
You betcha.
If you're heavy, then, you got to get 2.
Yep.
Got to get 2 in play to steal. And this is going to go
And this is through the park.
bye-bye.
Yep.
And that won't even make contact.
Wow.
All right, so that's your low guard. You need a high one.
Right. And he's tapping.
I would.
All right.
Yeah, you got to throw a second guard.
Agreed.
You throw one way up here. Way up here.
Yep.
You need 2 to steal. Too early to come in. You got 6 more rocks to go after this one. Those rocks will never survive.
Up. 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 Over and up. Okay.
That didn't help a lot.
Nope. Bill Krause, thank you for the, and Gary White, thank you kindly for the kind words about our commentary. It's something we both love to do. If Roger had his druthers, he would have been playing in this
Yep.
in this draw.
All but for a pick.
Mm.
All right, have to ignore that. Get a center. Gonna still need 2 centers to steal this end.
Yep.
You got time. Gotta hope Ottawa misses a peel. I think I'd put this guard higher so that they might peel into one
Yeah, I
of their
like it
own.
halfway.
Yeah,
I
'cause
like it halfway.
they might peel into yours and roll it back toward the middle.
Sure. I'm okay halfway here between the hog line and the park.
Yep. think a 2 or a high 2 here would be ideal. So you can't make your opponents miss, but you can create opportunities for them to miss.
Yeah.
Or you can give them a real easy make. This looks good if this stops on the center line.
Pretty close. A little over and upper.
Yeah, bring that
Yeah,
right to the
good.
center.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
a real good spot. Now that's kind of a little awkward spot to peel. It's not impossible, but what you're hoping is that when they peel this, they're not likely to whiff it, but they might jam it into one of your own and roll it back into the middle where it's useful.
John's a pretty keen player. I've been watching him this week, and I think he's going to look to try and double these out.
Well, the double's there if you catch it just right. Probably half a rock, right? You get
he took a look.
Absolutely. You go for this all day long. You don't think you're going to make it 9 times out of 10, but that's real close.
There it is.
Real close.
Boom, boom.
Well, they created the jam.
Yep. Huh.
So there's a good example of why you. So the other option is you stack them over here, right? Put another guard on top of that one, and then you're going to make your draw to the side of the 4 later. I'd put that guard, if you're going to throw the center guard, put it in the same spot you just did.
Yep.
Oh, it's got to stop.
Over and up.
It's over and into the house.
Yes. Well, he got it where he wanted it.
Yep. A little too tight, though. This is going to be an easy peel. Gonna hope for a nose hit now. And nicely done.
Beautiful shot there from Kevin.
Pretty soon here toward the end of the end, you're going to have to stack these 2 guards.
Right.
Right? And then you're going to have to go around to the side of the 4. That's going to be your only out. Throwing this guard higher if you're going to go center. Create that same jam we had before.
Whoa.
Good right there.
Yep.
Leave it.
That's fine. Like you said, the higher, there's a chance of at least running it into
something else.
Something else and give you one more duck on the pond here. Peel attempt here from Heidi Rausch, Ottawa Curling Club. We are in an extra end.
Might get the double peel here.
Yep.
Well thrown rock. Probably one more guard, and then Pete will have to go around the corner. The idea late in the ends like this, when you got nothing in play and you're kind of desperate, is you want to put 2 stones in the house so that if there's a hit and roll out, your saver can get a steal for the win. One more center guard is in order here.
Yep.
And you got to come in and sit 2. Nice guard. Another peel attempt coming. Call for sweep out of hand. This looks really good.
Yep.
Nicely done.
Beauty.
Roll the shooter out of play.
Great shot.
Now Pete really needs to go around the corner. And then Ottawa would probably peel the guard or try to remove shot stone, and then you would dump another one in and hope for the best. Yeah, I'd go right around the corner.
Yeah, me too.
Just bite 8 foot out there.
Yep.
I mean, you're desperate.
Looks like a ton of ice for that kind of.
I think you're just drawing the side of the 4, but that'll leave him wide open. I think you got to go around.
Got to hide one here. Half hide it.
Yep. Then you got some options. You hide that one, and let's say, you know, the other side passed. You would hit the other red rock and sit 2, and then force them to draw or hit against the 2.
This is on the rings by itself. Wide open.
You see, the worst part about going there, they hit that then and roll away.
Then you still got to think about not leaving him an open hit to win the game. You got to stuff one either way.
Right.
So.
But you'd like to have 2 when he throws the hit because
Right.
You want to hit and roll out to result in a loss.
Sure.
That's why you need to sit 2 when you're in this situation. It's not a great
Right.
situation,
No,
but you have to sit 2 and
you got to consider it.
You got to create the
Where if he loses
situation
his
where
shooter.
a miss is against the loss.
Right. Yeah. Things looking pretty good here for Ottawa right about.
I think they want to hit and just roll out of play.
Yep.
You don't want to hang around at all. If
Nope.
you stick on the nose, then it gives Pete the chance to draw around.
Yes.
You go around back 4 shot, and that would create a lot tougher shot for Ottawa. So Ottawa looking just to hit and roll out. And even if you do get around that corner, you probably lose 9 out of 10 times.
True.
If not more. Might be 95 out of 100.
Yeah, unless you get 2 horrendous shots.
Right. You need
thrown at you. You
2
need
horrendous
2
shots out of the
Right.
other skip.
Yep.
But you got to have the chance. So here we go. First skip rock for Ottawa here in the extra end. Looking to remove shot stone. Looking to peel it. Don't want to hang around. This looks really good.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, it curled.
Whoops.
It over-curled.
Oops.
They over-curled it.
Oops. Oh,
now
boy.
a chance.
No. Draw.
You would never hit in a million.
Don't even hit in a million years. You got to
No.
draw around it.
I forget which witticism this was from which.
She may have said maybe
yeah.
we can tick off it if
Yeah.
we're heavy or something,
Yeah.
but hitting this red rocket makes no sense whatsoever.
No, if you want to get to a spot, it's
They've been playing
easier
too long to do that.
It's easier to draw than hit and roll to a spot.
Right.
There's no question.
Just got to get one on the 4 foot behind the red one. Maybe a little Christmas tree job where they can't see it. They got to draw. You want to force Ottawa to draw here.
Yes. Is that enough ice?
I don't know.
Maybe. It's tight. I would say it's tight based on my previous experience on this sheet, but we'll see. They've been playing on it.
I'd like to see him at least pressure him into a shot.
Yeah, you want to make him throw his last rock.
Line.
They're out there.
Line. Hard for line.
I think they got plenty of room. I think they're panicking. They got plenty of room.
Oh, it's heavy. No, it's not. It's perfect.
It looks really good.
Real good shot here, Pete.
Half tucked. Got to come up. Got to come up.
What a shot.
Got it buried. Fully buried. Fully buried backcourt.
Wow. John Whitaker has to draw the button.
Fully buried back button.
The good news for him is he can move it. Oh, he can't move it. He's buried, though. This is tough. Come around easy and bury it. If you lose your shooter, you still got the other two counting. Just not sure he can see enough of it to do that.
Oh, no, he's got to throw a tap.
Yeah.
He's got to draw to it and tap it back 2 inches.
Pete Chiarelli with ice water in his veins.
Yep.
Wow.
Created a stolen end.
He's going to try a raise.
Looks like he's going to play a little back ring weight tap back. Changed his mind.
He's changing his mind. He got halfway down, and I think he's thinking he'd like to run back here. A little tap run back.
Right on the nose.
Yep. Again, even if he runs it back and loses his shooter,
he's got the saver.
He's got the saver over here on the right that'll win the game for him.
You just need to make contact.
Right.
I think I agree. I think this is the easiest shot.
Agreed.
That
Pete
draw tap is hard.
It is.
He barely got there as it
Pete
was.
really put the pressure on him, put the stick to him with drawing around the way that he did.
Well, they lollipopped their last shot a little bit, right? That wasn't a lot of weight.
True. Now you can just painstakingly watch if you're Pete Chiarelli. Here it comes.
Nose run
This
back.
will be the last shot of the Bonspiel.
Up and down. This may be close.
I know, it overcurled on him, I think.
It looks good.
Looks okay?
Looks perfect.
Boom. Boom. What a shot from John Whitaker.
Yep.
That's ice water in the veins also.
2 nice shots to end that
Wow.
game.
What a great shot.
Congratulations to Ottawa. They are B of N champions, and a great game by Pete Chiarelli and his rink.
Definitely. Came to an extra end and a great shot by John Whitaker, skip of Ottawa. Heidi Roush the third. Kevin Carter the second, and Barb Felice from our own Utica Curling Club the lead. And big congrats to Team Chiarelli, wife Cindy Brown, and George Brown. Great game. Roger, thanks for having me.
Hey, that concludes our coverage of the 2020 Cobb Mixed Bonspiel. Hope you'll join us again for the remaining events of our season. We've got the Rose Bonspiel coming up and the Glengarry Challenge, our women's championship. Hopefully you can join us for those. Until then, this is Roger Ollett for Dave Craig Nolan. See you later.